What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to scale as a real estate wholesaler. I'm going to be showing you one of the best tips and tricks and one of the best tools to use when it comes to actually organizing your business and scaling, so that way you can start to make over $100,000 a month wholesaling real estate. This tool I'm going to be talking about is how to keep track of your transactions and how to keep track of your KPIs, your key performance indicators. Other than that, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you go down below, click the red button and subscribe to the channel. It helps me reach more people and impact more lives. So I'd really appreciate it if you go subscribe. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. Let's jump onto the computer and let me show you one of the absolute best ways to keep track of your transactions, so that way you can stay organized and scale your business, right? Once you actually start to scale and you actually start to do more deals every month, I'm talking between 5 to 10, 15 deals a month, you're going to need a system like this and a sheet like this in order to keep track of all your transactions, keep all the information in order in front of you on a dashboard, so that way you can successfully get every deal that you get under contract to the finish line and closed. Because we know it's one thing to get deals under contract as a wholesaler, but it's a completely other thing to actually get them to the finish line and get them closed. And let's be honest, if we're not getting these deals to the finish line and if we're not getting these deals closed, we're not making any money. And it's no fun to not make any money, and we're not in the business of wholesaling real estate to just do it for fun and make no money. We got to actually close these deals. So I want to bring this tool and this deal tracker to your attention, so that way you can start to be more organized, have your processes in line, so that way you can have more success wholesaling real estate. So this is my transaction coordination and KPI tracker sheet. And this is what I use in my business day to day to keep track of every single deal that we have under contract. And we have between 30 to 50 contracts in escrow at any given time that we are working on. So that means we have between 30 to 50 contracts, and some of them are assigned, some of them are just in escrow waiting for us to sell them and assign them, and some of them are, basically at that finish line ready to get closed. And if we don't have a way of keeping track of all these deals, we're going to be a mess running around like a chicken with our head cut off. So it's important to have a sheet like this to keep organized. So this is the sheet that I use day to day in my business, and you will be able to get this same sheet that I use at jacobblank.com/shop. So if you go to jacobblank.com/shop, it's only $50. You're able to get this sheet and download it as well, so that way you can use it and have the same results that I'm having when it comes to organization and getting my deals from open to close successfully. So let's break it down. What does this sheet do for you, and how is it helpful for you to organize your deals and scale your business? So first off, it's literally going to have inputs for you to put all the information about every deal and every transaction that you're working on. So that means the seller's name, the property address, contract price, the price that you got the deal under contract for, the marketing price, the sold price, the assignment fee that you're going to be making, the date you got the deal under contract, who you sold the deal to, whether the buyer deposited earnest money or not, the close date, the title company, whether you deposited earnest money to the title company or not, the cold caller, and the acquisition manager that got the deal locked up. So with that being said, this is going to put every piece of information that you need about each and every deal in front of you. So next time you're wondering, hey, when does this deal close? Hey, when did we get this deal under contract? Hey, what title company are we using for this deal? The next time that you're wondering any of those questions, all you have to do is go right to this sheet, and now you're ready to have all the answers there for you. So it helps you have everything in front of you and be concise with all your deals. So up here is the signed section, and this is where you will put all the deals that you have sold to a cash buyer that are assigned and waiting to close. You'll put those deals up here. Anything that's in escrow that you're waiting to market and sell, you will input right here. And any deal that is closed, you will input down here. So that's where you keep track of all the deals, and now it automatically keeps track of a ton of key performance indicators for you. It keeps track of a ton of information and data for you that's super important to be a successful wholesaler and super important to scale your business. You don't want to be flying blind in your business. You don't want to be spending marketing dollars but not knowing what return you're going to get. That's why it's so important to keep track of your numbers. Real businesses track their data, track their key performance indicators, so that way they can invest with knowledge, right? You're not just blindly investing anymore. You're not just flying blind. You're actually looking at the metrics, looking at the numbers of the results you're actually getting from the marketplace, and then making decisions based on that data. And that is how to be a good business owner, to make decisions based on data that you've gathered rather than making decisions blindly off a whim. So this sheet is going to automatically help you track those numbers that you need to know. So first off, it's going to calculate the total amount of money you have assigned pending to close. So that way you know how much money is about to come in once the deals that are assigned close. It's going to track for you how many deals you have assigned and how many deals are pending to close right there. Then down here in your escrow section, it's going to track how many properties you have under contract. So it's going to track how many deals you have in escrow and how many deals you have assigned. So that way you have your total amount of contracts under contract right there. Then in our close section down here, we're going to be tracking some other KPIs. We're going to be tracking the total amount of deals closed for the year, the total amount of revenue generated, and our average deal size. These are very important KPIs to keep track of. So as you can see, when we start plugging in deals up here, we can see it's adding our stuff up for us. So when I add these test deals in, 20,000 total and assigned, right? And if I go ahead and add a deal in here as closed, we're going to go ahead and see our total revenue and our average deal size and how many deals closed is showing. So this is going to track all those KPIs for you, which is super great. And then we move on to our sign tracker. It's super important to keep track of how many contracts you're getting signed each month in total, but it's also super important to keep track of how many contracts each one of your sales reps, each one of your acquisition managers is getting signed per month. And so that's where you're going to have this. You're going to be able to add in your acquisition managers or your sales managers' names there and then put the address in for any contract that they get signed for that month. It's going to add up how many contracts for each person and then add up your total amount of contracts for the month for every month of the whole year. So that's another thing that's great right here. It's going to track all those statistics on how many contracts you've gotten signed. This is a great thing to know so that way you can determine whether your sales guys are having a good month or a bad month. And so if they're used to getting 4 or 5 contracts a month and if all of a sudden they're only getting 1 or 2, you can go have a talk with them and actually figure out what's affecting them, why aren't they doing as good. And you wouldn't normally be able to do that if you didn't have these metrics. You wouldn't be alerted about a sales rep not doing as good if you didn't track these numbers. So this sheet does it all for you. It tracks those numbers for you so that way you can set goals and hit them and help your sales manager stay on track for the numbers that they need to be hitting and the metrics they need to be following. Next, if you want to track how many deals each sales rep is closing per month, this sheet will track that for you. You need to be tracking how many deals they're closing per month. You want to set goals for these sales guys and then make sure they hit them. And so you need to be tracking. Hey, if you're supposed to be getting 2 deals closed per month, why are you getting 0 or 1, right? You need these metrics tracked so you can get your sales guys to do better and have more success. And then canceled tracker. It's also important to be tracking your cancellation rate, right? Let's be honest, not every deal we get under contract is going to get to the finish line. Things come up, sellers want to cancel, the deal blows up, maybe the numbers don't work and nobody wants to buy your deal. Things happen and deals fall apart. That's part of the game. And real estate, every day in real estate's different. There's a new mess and a new fire to put out daily, but that's the fun of the business. We're not just doing the same thing every day. We have new obstacles to overcome all the time, and that's what keeps real estate interesting. But that being said, not every deal is going to get, to the finish line, and that's why it's important to keep track of your cancellation rate. So this will track for you your canceled deals per month, so that way you can track and calculate your cancellation rate and make sure you're not canceling too many contracts. So overall, when it comes to scaling your real estate wholesale business, it comes down to being able to handle more transactions. And without a dashboard like this to have all the information for each deal in front of you, you're going to be a mess. Your transactions department is going to be a mess. And without tracking these key performance indicators, you're not going to be able to scale strategically. You're going to be scaling blindly because you don't know your numbers. Again, if you want to scale properly in wholesaling, you need to look at your numbers and then make decisions based on that data rather than flying blind. So all you got to do, it's $50 at jacobblank.com/shop. Go ahead and buy this sheet. And then once you have the sheet, you'll literally have everything you need to scale properly, grow your business, and keep track of all your deals. And it'll help you stay organized so that way you get every deal from open to close and make your money. Again, it's available at jacobblank.com/shop. There's a link in the description for this as well. Make sure you go purchase this sheet because I know it's going to help you out greatly in your business. But other than that, I hope this video was helpful to give you some insight on how to do more deals and scale. and keep track of your transactions. Other than that, if you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button. Also, go down below, hit the red button, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me reach more people and impact more lives, so I'd really appreciate it if you go subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.